Imagine you've moved to a new city and you want to start taking yoga classes. You go to one website and you read this. Tired of overcrowded classes that leave you feeling frustrated, bored, or injured? It doesn't have to be that way. Imagine yoga that makes you feel safe, strong, accomplished, and relaxed. Your experience begins before you get to the front door. You enter an oasis of palm trees, plants, and a flowing fountain. You open the door and you're greeted with welcoming smiles. The space is clean, bright, and smells pleasant. You settle in. You hear your instructor's voice. The rest of the world falls away. You indulge in your me time for the day. You enjoy the challenge of your class. The personalized direction you receive is priceless. You know you're staying safe and you feel stronger, more confident each week. After class, you re-enter the day anew. You're refreshed with a sense of accomplishment and calm. Welcome to the Slow Body experience. We'd love for you to feel this way too. You go to another yoga studio's website and you read this. Yoga Alliance School was born out of the passion to share wellness. We believe in the integration of your physical, mental, and spiritual health to help you achieve the optimal state of well-being and balance. This is how we created your yoga classes and spa treatments. As San Miguel's premier yoga and spa center, we are an oasis for relaxation and rejuvenation. The center is a place to play, explore, discover, and find your balance. We are a warm environment, often literally, and feature a variety of daily classes, male and female changing rooms with showers, a fresh juice bar, and a spacious classroom where you'll find a wealth of new friends and self-awareness. Which yoga studio would you sign up for? If you're like most people, you'd choose the first one. There's nothing wrong with the second one. It uses a competently executed traditional messaging approach. Its messaging is solidly based on the yoga studio's key features, advantages, and benefits, all the things, quote, good marketing is supposed to convey. But it was the first one that really pulled you in, right? So let's break down why that first one, the content that breaks the rules, is so much more powerful than the content that follows the rules. The key is all about using a powerful alchemy. It's the alchemy of neurology and storytelling that inspires visitors and customers to say yes to what you're telling them. This alchemy isn't just a cool idea. It has proven to measurably attract, engage, and convert more prospects to customers, which is the true definition of compelling content, right? And the Hero Method has created compelling content like that for companies of all kinds and all sizes. In fact, Amazon AWS Marketplace has relied on the Hero Method to do just that. To create customer-centric content that generates more reach, engagement, and response. The compelling content of your preferred yoga studio did all of that, right? It grabbed your attention, it kept you engaged, and it motivated you to choose that yoga studio over the other guys. First, let's dive deeper into the neurology component of this alchemy, then we'll explore the storytelling element. Thanks to MRI technology, neuroscientists have done a ton of research on how the human brain responds to what it hears and sees and reads. Well, what we'll do now is quickly touch on the top 3 lessons that neuroscience teaches us about what makes for truly compelling content. First is human-to-human connection. It should come as no surprise that we human beings thrive when we have authentic human connection. And for content to be truly compelling, it must create authentic human-to-human connections. And to do that, science keeps telling us the importance of emotion. Brain science keeps proving the humbling truth that we humans are not rational decision makers. We make decisions based on emotion, not logic. And our response to content is near instant and unconscious. That's why content that creates a positive emotional experience also creates instant human connection. Just notice what happened to you emotionally the instant you saw this adorable baby. Now let's look again at our favorite yoga studio's content. Remember how the words generated positive emotional experiences for you? Remember the other yoga studio and how boring the content was? Boredom is not an emotion we want to create. But positive emotions and human-to-human connection, that's what we want to create every time. The third neurological takeaway is perhaps the most important. Research shows that our brains recreate what we read. When we read, our brains literally light up in the same areas as if the events were actually happening to us. Let's do an experiment about this. We're going to read an excerpt from a novel, and we'll take it from there. The door to the alehouse flew open like an assault, its hinges groaning in protest. Startled, Richard stepped back. Two drunken mariners stumbled out onto the cobblestones, arms wrapped round each other's shoulders. They let loose a tune, more shouting than singing, and wove their way over uncertain legs toward the wharf. From beyond the open door, the stench of the tavern made its way through the storm. By the time it reached Richard, it was faint but undeniably foul. A disembodied arm reached out from the dark interior and slammed the portal shut. What did you just see in your mind's eye? Did you see the drunken mariners? Maybe you saw the arm reach out and slam the door shut? Did you have a visceral sense that this was not a friendly place? What you just consciously experienced are called mental simulations. You were actually experiencing what you were reading. So let's think back to our favorite yoga website content. I don't have to show you the content again to remind you of how it painted pictures in your mind of what it would be like to be there, right? I'm sure you can still see in your mind's eye the flowing fountain and the plants and the feeling of the place that you had when we first read it. That is compelling content that does a great job of generating mental simulations. And that's a big piece of why you were more attracted to that yoga studio than the studio that relied on features and benefits. And that's why you're going to remember that website content long after you watch this video. And that's why Microsoft has used the hero method to create compelling content. To more specifically, create sales presentations that have a much bigger impact on their audiences. Now let's explore the storytelling aspects of this powerful alchemy. In traditional marketing, we're told that our solution is the hero, and that we're supposed to put our solution in the center of our story. But remember the importance of human-to-human connection? We can't have both. We cannot create authentic human-to-human connection if we think the spotlight should shine on us. Imagine walking into a party. No one you know has arrived yet. You move over to the snacks table, and as you load up your plate, you start chatting with a guy who's also digging into the veggies and hummus. He starts talking about himself and is preoccupied with success and getting ahead, and he's insensitive to your feelings. You get the feeling it doesn't really matter if you're there or not. And you start to not trust everything he's saying. That guy probably had narcissistic personality disorder. And unfortunately, if we think our solution is the hero, we can easily slide into sounding narcissistic and self-absorbed, just like him. But measurably compelling content never forgets who the real hero is. It's your audience. Let's see how those two yoga studio websites measure up on this score. The other yoga studio spent a lot of energy touting their features. But our yoga studio stayed firmly focused on the audience and their experience. It never loses sight of who the real hero is. Yes, all great stories have heroes, and the stories that connect with us most deeply are all stories of transformation. To use Star Wars as just one possible example, Luke Skywalker, the hero, started out as a farm boy and was transformed into a powerful Jedi Knight. So that is Luke's story of transformation. So what is the story of transformation for your audience, for your heroes? How does your solution take your heroes from where they are, stuck, to where they want to be, free? Basically, that would be your story of transformation. Your audience, your heroes, start out in the wounded land where they're stuck because you're not in their life. They search to find and choose the right solution, your elixir. Then they learn to master your solution. And when they can use your elixir to their best advantage, that's when their wounded land is healed, when they actually have what they were needing and yearning for when they were in the wounded land. And that's your unique story of transformation. And that's exactly what our favorite yoga studio started out with. Their story of transformation is how they take their clients, their heroes, from frustrated, bored, or injured, their wounded land, to feeling safe, strong, accomplished, and relaxed, their healed land. A story of transformation like this made a huge difference for Dell. They used the Hero Method to create sales readiness tools that position them as a true value-added solutions provider. The yoga studio we didn't choose created content that used an approach that most businesses use today. One proven way to stand out is to avoid that approach and move to creating human-to-human connections instead. The Hero Method has proven to measurably double response, revenue, customer list size, and year-over-year growth. And that's exactly what we want all of our compelling content to do, right? The bottom line is we want our content to increase sales, just like it did for UMS. The Hero Method's website content and sales readiness tools help them nearly double their year-over-year growth. We want our content to increase attention and engagement and to help us stand out from the competition, just like it did for Microsoft, where the Hero Method helped them create an award-winning product demo. When all is said and done, if you create authentic human-to-human connections with your audience, your story will stay top of mind long after your audience has read it. This powerful alchemy of story and neurology is a natural and human way to deepen your audience's connection with you. And what do authentic, positive, emotional connections create? Trust. And who are people most likely to buy from? From people they trust. That's the power of truly compelling content, and that's the power of the Hero Method. Thanks for your interest. I'm Kathryn Gillett, creator of the Hero Method, and my mission is all about creating truly compelling content. If the power of the Hero Method appeals to you, go to theheromethod.com and you'll discover more about the Hero Method. Get access to free special reports with actionable tips on how you can use the Hero Method, and an easy way to set up a free discovery call with me. I'll look forward to connecting with you, and until then, keep saying yes to the adventure.